Hey everybody, it's Rizwan from Increaser.org, and today I want to share with you what I've done in the last week and what I'm going to do next to make Increaser the best productivity app. Let's jump in. I wasn't the most productive the last week, but still I managed to do at least 10 smaller tasks, so let's go over them. So the first one was to reduce mental complexity of the ad session overlay. In the previous video I talked about 4 metrics that I tried to optimize in order to increase the likelihood of the success of this 6-month challenge. One of them was lifetime value. To improve lifetime value, we need to improve the product. So I picked one task that I can work on to increase the lifetime value. So it is this ad session overlay. So for example, when you forgot to start a session, a timer, you want to add session manually. So you go here, click the button, and you can see this preview. Here you can select a project and then edit the duration. Before you submit the form, you could also see a preview. It looks the same as this one. So what I've done, I edited this preview. I made this drop down appear by default. And I also made modifications here, so it's more clear that we have some kind of like a timeline view, and you edit the duration. It's not perfect, but the goal is not to make everything perfect. We have a limited amount of time and effort, so we need to decide like what small changes can bring the biggest amount of value. So that's why I picked this one, because it's quite an often view that user sees a lot. So I focused on this one and improved it. So that was the first task. The second one was replace the last set snack bar with a power menu, where you could edit or delete option. So it's similar to something we talked about before, also about lifetime value. So for example, you can start a session, but you forgot to stop the timer, and then instead of 25 minutes, you have 1 hour of recorded time. In this situation, you would like to edit session before, because if you can't edit it, it's really bad because your statistics and allocation is all off. So in order to provide those options, I had a snack bar that appeared for 5 seconds. But if you miss this snack bar, you're doomed. There's no way to edit the session. So I added these options, so you can edit session or delete session. And if you choose to edit session, you would see pretty much the same view, where you can edit the project or edit the duration. It also aims to improve the quality of a product, so it also should improve lifetime value over longer time. So that was the second one. The third one is always visible Increaser CTA at Geek.ru. In order to increase the amount of traffic that goes to Increaser, I went to my personal website that has about 3,000 visits per month and added a button that promotes Increaser at the top of every blog post. So if we go here and click on the blog, we can see the list of blog posts, and if we open one of those, we can see that there is a button called Realize Ambition, and if we click here, we'll go to the Increaser app. So that was the task, and again, it doesn't require a lot of effort. It's small change, but it could have more or less significant impact in case I will continue working on my blog and make it more popular. So it was about traffic. Not the biggest effort, but at least something. The third metric is to increase trial to membership conversion. Right now it's around 1%, and one of the options to increase this conversion is to make people stick to the app during their free trial, so to make it valuable during this period. And very important part of it is to have clear onboarding that brings value right away. And here I had a task called Reduce Mental Complexity of the Project's Onboarding that has 33% drop, meaning that a third of users will drop after the previous onboarding stage and won't continue using the app because it's unclear or it doesn't match their expectations. So I had a few iterations here. What I tried to do is to show an example of how the outcome should look. So I show an example of time allocation. I make the view smaller, so I reduced complexity of this view, and I also changed the way you create a project. So instead of showing all colors here, I created this smaller interface the same way we have for emojis, because it's not very important part of the interface. So I've done that. I changed the onboarding view, and we'll see later, did it work now? So we had 33%, did it improve, did it make it worse? We'll see in the future. Next one is to schedule New Year free trial email gift. So what it will do is that it will send an email on Monday, so in 2 days, to everybody who sign up in the app but don't have a membership, and it will provide them 40 days free trial so that they might go and try the app again and maybe continue using it. So that was an idea of this email gift, and then I could reuse this sequence every year and send this New Year gift. Another one was also about emails. So there's a tricky part. When a person goes to the app at the middle of the week, allocation doesn't make much sense because he already on the middle, and if he allocated the time in the app, he won't succeed anyway because he didn't track the previous days. So in order to re-engage those people, I added this email that just reminds a person about the app, and he would consider, okay, it's Monday, maybe I could allocate my time and give it a try to this app again. Another one was bug fix. It was a little bit nasty bug, but the way I discovered it is that I had an analytics, and it was really disturbing that a lot of people signed up but haven't seen the onboarding. So I dig deeper and find out that I had a bug, and analytics helps here because bugs don't usually mean that your app crashes. It's just like some misbehavior, and often you can see it on your analytics that something doesn't go well. So I fixed this one. Another one was full height image on the sign up modal plus no jumpiness. So first impression, it matters a lot, and landing page, sign up process, onboarding should look really well, really polished, and these conversions on early stage are super important. Now there is a nicer view with sign up options on the left side and cute image on the right side. And I also updated the UI of those buttons to have icons on the left side because it looks better this way. The last two tasks aim to increase sale conversion once the free trial is over. So here we have an user with free trial ended, and he goes to the allocation page and he tries to allocate time, but he sees this model view. So here we have this first iteration of the new sales card. Here we have two options, early membership or monthly. We show that early is much better with the percentage and also with those explanation how will it cost per year. Before it was two buttons, and it didn't look right because you give another option that doesn't make sense on this level. It's better to have this switcher rather than have two options, especially in the model view. So I've done this, and I also added this how doubts, talk to the founder, that leads to my Twitter, so that if somebody haven't used it during the free trial and they're not sure about something, they can go and ask me on Twitter rather than to leave them alone without an access to those features. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, the most focus was on the sales metrics. For the next week, I want to try to focus on the traffic side. I'm going to create a new YouTube video about some technical concept most likely, and I want to improve my booksconcept.com website to have the same promotion of increaser at the top as I have in my personal website, Both Geek Radeon and Books Concepts have the same amount of traffic. So if I can figure out how to bring more people from there to the app, it would be really nice. I hope you found something interesting in this video. Stay productive.